this is Chris, keeping it real, facts over fear. Been thinking about vaccinations. Still not going to get one yet. Still waiting for some longer term. Again, don't blame you if you want to get one. Don't blame, especially if you feel like you are at risk or at an elevated risk for going to the hospital or dying. I mean, certainly, don't let my negative, it's not really, it's a realistic outlook on the vaccine, simply because it has not gone through the normally demanded 2-year study of the control group and the placebo group, and maybe those are the same thing, I don't know. But anyway, the study has not been run for 2 years, and so that usually weeds out most of the unexpected things that come up, and so we are only about 9 months into that, and so, I'm being cautious. But nevertheless, the technology, when you think about the technology, and you think about the way that, and I'm really just talking about the Moderna and the Pfizer vaccines, the way they introduce synthesized RNA material into the cell so that the cell can then make that protein spike, which causes the immune system to react to it as though it were the actual virus. People just are so impatient these days. That is amazing. I mean, you have absolutely no chance of getting the virus from the vaccine. It's the other stuff, it's the unforeseen things that I'm concerned about. But when you think about that technology and you think, well, what if the coronavirus mutates into something that this vaccine doesn't work against? Well, it's pretty simple, right? All they got to do is get the new version, the mutation of the virus. Look for the protein. Well, I don't know if it's another protein spike or whatever, but there's always something about the virus that alerts the body that it's there, so that the immune system turns on. And so all you got to do is identify that snippet of the code of that virus, of that RNA strand, to synthesize another vaccine. And so in other words, it's like a plug and play thing. It's like, you take a USB drive and you plug it into your computer, and your computer looks at it for just a second and pops up the screen. And what do you want to do with this USB drive? Or it does what you said. It does the thing you told it always to do. And if you take that USB drive out and put another one in, it does the same thing, right? And so this is an exciting time to be living if the methodology of putting things in a little fat globule and getting it into the body and having that get into your cell, if there's no problems with that aspect of it, then it's really just a matter of identifying the right part of the virus to plug in. You just plug it in, and so you synthesize that. You put it in a little fat globule and you inject it, and voila, you got another vaccine. And isn't it amazing? I mean, I don't know what all you can do with it. Viruses are the only thing that come to mind right now. But it's like, what if we can eliminate the common cold? What if we could eliminate just about any viral infection? I mean, what if we got that fast at it? Because really, the only reason we have common colds over and over is because it mutates, right? And so, you don't ever get the same cold twice, right? It's a different form of that. It's a different version of that RNA that you got last year. So to me, that's really exciting. So the implication ultimately is that we won't ever have to go through what we've just gone through in the last year ever again in regards to a viral epidemic. It won't ever happen again. It'll start to happen, and then after a month or two, somebody, the cure will be synthesized and will be made available, and that'll be that, and that'll extinguish it. We just got to get a whole lot better at the rate of vaccinations. That's a choke point, right? But you know, what if someday, you know, that was just something sold over the counter, like because if you could do a pill form, that'd be awesome, right? I don't know, you can't. I don't know enough about the mechanics of virology to say one way or the other. Just thinking, and it looks like a good future. It really does on this front, and I hope that's what comes to pass. I am being predictive right now. All right, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the section below. Like and subscribe. We appreciate when you do. And we'll see you on the next speculative video.